Now I'm going to show you how you actually use these pieces. I'd like to introduce to you Rashima. As you can see, she has very, very short hair, and today it's your lucky day because she's going to get beautiful long hair. This is her dream come true. As you can see, Rashima's own natural texture is short, and what we did first of all was we prepared her own hair to match the texture of the clip-in hair extensions. So we flat ironed the hair and made it nice and smooth. Now I'm going to start this technique by working in the back. This is the first section in the nape of the neck. Notice the shape of the section, working in a natural curve. I measure to make sure that this piece is going to sit correctly because the base is the most important section. As I'm working through here, you'll notice, we'll take a tight, close look at this. We have a clip, and by me moving in and out, I'm opening the clip and closing the clip. So I make sure that number one, all the clips are open. It'll be very hard to get it in otherwise. I'm going to come down and then I'm going to close. It's that simple. Very, very easy. Now, the natural texture here has some coarseness, so I do not need to backcomb the hair. On slippery hair like my own hair, I would have to tease the root just a little bit so that the clip has something to sit into. But with Rashima's hair, it's not necessary. So the first section in the center, and then I close, and then I slide along, and I close. And make sure that your sections are nice and smooth. So that's number one. And you'll notice here, I can pull, there's a little bit of movement, but it's not going to slide out of the head. Because we're adding so much length and thickness to Rashima's own hair, I'm actually using 2 sets of extensions. When you're working with clip-in extensions, you have to decide whether you're just adding some body or whether you are going to actually add length as well as body. And that will determine how many sections you place in the head. So now I have again a nice smooth section. I open my clips and I lock into place by sliding and then closing. If you do not work in a neat manner, you'll get into such a mess, so I really encourage you to be systematic and very tidy in your approach. Step back and look to see how the shape is building. And I continue in this manner. Now, this is a wonderful method also for doing a color consultation. When you're talking to a client about adding some different tones into her hair, whether it be highlights or slices, you can give your client a preview as to how her hair color is going to be by actually clipping in some of the extensions. Every time I use this technique and I use this product on a client, it is the most amazing transformation, and the clients are so excited about this method. It's an instant winner. I'm working towards the top part of the head, so now I'm going to come around and add my side section, move on up through here, then continue to work back and through. This area here, very important. I'm taking a smaller section. I am not going to do this because when the wind blows, you'll see the seam. So I need to cheat and come further back so it's in here so that this hair, as it's moving, we see the hairline. And that gives this look the reality that you absolutely need. These clip-in extensions are used in the movie industry. They're also used in fashion magazines, and they're worn on the fashion runways. And when it is done correctly, it is the best kept secret. Only your hairdresser knows. Very exciting. When we were in the salon and we did our test run, Rashima's face, she was like, you're like a kid in the candy store. She was so excited about this look. It was so much fun. And you know what, it's so rewarding to be able to give somebody their heart's desire. And as you know, very often we're not able to do that. So this is a wonderful, wonderful addition, excuse the pun, addition to your services. It doesn't take away from your hair cutting services or your hair coloring services. It just adds another dimension to your work. Now, with the use of Celebrity Signatures hair pieces, really and truly, there is nothing I cannot give my clients. I can really fulfill all of their wishes. And that's a very, very powerful place to be. Now we're coming to the top part of the head. Now, as I come to the top of the head, I have several considerations. The blend of this hair, as well as I must not show the wefts peeking through. So this is where I'll do a little bit of checking to see, okay, can I come up a little higher? Does it blend? And this is where you readjust, and it will always vary from client to client. And I actually think that section could come up a little higher. You can see I've got a little bit of a difference going on here. If I cheat and come up a little bit further to about here, when I lay this hair down, I'll have less hair hanging over as opposed to all of the pieces that I've got right now. So just be very, very sensitive. Step back and make sure that when you're looking from the distance, it reads as well as when you're looking close up. That's very important. When you're offering this service to your client, make sure that she's aware of all the different options. For example, she doesn't always have to have one solid color. You can mix the colors. There are so many beautiful shades in the coloring. She can have something deeper on the underneath, graduating to lighter on top. The color doesn't have to match either. Often I find that it looks more natural if there's a slight difference in the tone. It's so exciting. No matter how many times I do this, I still get really excited. It's fabulous. Every woman wants to be a diva. Okay, now we have the front area to conceal. And this is where these little individual pieces come in so handy. That works very well there. Again, lay the hair over. Seeing the hairline gives us this wonderful sense of reality. Now we have some pomade running through Rashima's own hair, so it's very important that the same texture runs through here. So we did put a little tiny bit of styling product in the hair so that there's a similar texture. I've just been stepping back and looking to see the reality of how the hair is falling. Have I got enough in the hair? Should I add a few more sections? And I feel as though I could add just 2 more pieces in here, and I think it would just be finished very, very nicely. So what I'm going to do is just come back, go through the very top, and just add a couple more pieces. The great thing is that you can apply, and if it's not working, you just simply take it out. It's not like doing a haircut where you snip and then realize, oops, got too much off. With this, it's fun. It's actually a wonderful way of really training and developing your eye. So you can see I have this piece clipped in here. I'm just going to come through to the very, very top section and clip in what I think will be my final piece of natural color going through. Something else that I like to do in the salon is aim the blow dryer on cold in the client's face so that she can see her hair blowing in the wind, so that she knows how her hair is going to look when she's walking down the street, because she doesn't want to feel self-conscious, thinking, oh no, you can see the seams. Now I've had Rashima stand up so that I can look at her hair eye level. I always do this with my clients, especially when I'm adding more hair, because as I said earlier, that reality check is so very important. With Rashima standing up, I can look at the detail, I can peek in here, can I see any wefts? I can slowly have her turn around and look to see how nicely the hair is blending. A couple of important things I want to remind you of. Make sure that the texture of your client's hair matches the texture that you're adding. So Rashima's hair already has a pomade going through it to get shine and control, so therefore this hair here also has the same product going through it. Sense of reality. I'm going to say that word a lot during this tape, but it's so important. Also looking to see the proportion. Does she have too much hair on her body, or is she well in proportion? Very, very, very important. And she's a very excited girl because she's now got long